What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about the spot price of silver climbing back up into the $26 an ounce range, premiums excluded, of course, and whether or not I still think it's worth buying and if I'm still going to keep buying. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise, come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club for giveaways, live streams, deal alerts, and a whole lot more. And of course, make sure to go and get your 5 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Everything will be linked in the description. So today is Monday, April 18th, 2022. The current spot price of silver as I'm filming the video is $26.08. It's up 41 cents or up 1.6%. A solid green day for the beautiful white metal. And the spot price of gold is $19.93.80. It's up $19.60 or up 0.99%. Another solid green day for the beautiful yellow metal. And of course, the gold to silver ratio is in the 76 to 77 to 1 range. But of course, that's as I'm filming the video, not as I'm editing, posting, or as you're watching. So head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. Alright, so in today's video, I wanted to mainly talk about the spot price of silver today. Not really going to get into premiums all that much. That pretty much goes without saying. We understand. Now, sitting here on screen, we have a nice little selection of silver. We have some coins over here down the side. We have a Type 1, a Type 2 eagle. We have a maple, a kangaroo. We have some Queen's beasts over here. Over to the side over there, we have some creatures of the north. We have a 5-ounce Aztec calendar round, some 90% Washington quarters. We have a Westminster bar, 1 ounce, a 5-ounce Sunshine bar, and a 10-ounce Bull bar. And I'm looking forward to adding to the pile of silver that you see on screen right here. So the answer to the question is, do I still think silver's worth buying right now? Yes, spot price is a little bit up. We got kind of used to $23, $24 an ounce spot price, premiums excluded, of course. But now that spot price is up another $1, up another $2, do I still think it's time to buy? And the answer to that, the short answer is yes. I still think it's time to buy, and I will continue to do so, and I will explain throughout the course of the video why I think that is and what my next couple of pickups are going to be. Spoiler alert, it's going to be a little bit more than just simply Washington quarters. For the last probably about 2 years, I've been stacking Washington quarters almost exclusively. I can't even remember what the last piece of silver I got was that wasn't a Washington quarter. That's all I've been stacking for going on 2 years now, with the exception of a couple of little miscellaneous coins, rounds, or bars thrown into the mix. I don't even remember what they were. I don't even remember when I got them. But point being is that I have been laser focused on Washington quarters, or really constitutional silver in general. But the way my local coin shop works, they just have a ridiculous amount of Washington quarters, and that's where I can get the best bang for my buck. So with that being the case, that's what I go after, and that's what I stack. Now, the reason I chose 90% constitutional junk silver coins as the new foundation of my stack is because, well, to be honest with you, Silver Eagles, the former foundation of my stack, or maybe even it still is. I had to compare how many Silver Eagles I have to how many Washington quarters, or how many 90% junk constitutional quarters I have. I might have already surpassed the Silver Eagle. I have no idea. And I also don't really care. But that's basically the mission right now. I just want to focus on the Washington quarters, or the 90% in general, but for the most part, Washington quarters, and make that the new foundation, the new base of the stack, the backbone of the stack. I love the 90%, and I'm going to stick with it. And it's funny because I used to actually hate it. But I'm pretty much all in on 90% right now, and it just makes the most sense to me because that's where the premiums are the lowest. From what I'm seeing at my local coin shop, you can get an ounce of silver worth of 90% for a little bit cheaper than getting a 1 ounce silver round or silver bar, and especially a 1 ounce silver coin For me personally, it might be different for you and your situation, your case, and your local coin shop. But for me, 90% silver is the cheapest silver you can get your hands on. Your local coin shop, like I said, might be different. But point being is that's where I can get the best bang for my buck. That's where I can get the most money for my currency. That's where I can get the most silver for my dollars. So that's where I'm going to be going. And if the tables ever turn, and all of a sudden the premiums on 90% silver surpass the premiums on generic silver, then guess what? I'm going to be going after generic silver. Doesn't matter to me. And I'm also not too overly fixated on premiums. I understand by now that the premiums have been significantly higher than what we're used to for over 2 years at this point. So I just wanted to point out that it's probably time that we stop complaining about it, because if we've been complaining about it for over 2 years and it hasn't changed anything, then obviously complaining doesn't work. So I don't even worry about premiums anymore. And you almost have to do like a psychological trick on yourself. I'm not going to go down the whole stack price explanation. I feel like I talk about stack price too much. But something that I noticed is that the people that complain about $26 an ounce silver spot price with a $4 premium tacked on are the same people that would celebrate getting silver at spot if spot price was $30. What's the difference? What in the world is different about that? $26 spot price with a $4 premium or $30 spot price with a $0 premium? You're paying $30 for an ounce of silver either way. So what in the world is the difference? I personally don't understand. I don't get it. And I think that's the way people need to start looking at it, because it's going to save you a whole lot of headaches if you just disregard premiums. Blend them together. There's no such thing as spot price or premiums anymore. It's just stack price. That's what stack price is. Spot price plus the average premium equals stack price. So right now, stack price is about $30. If the average premium for just your everyday pieces of silver, about $4, maybe 3 certain places, maybe 5 certain places. Let's meet in the middle and call it 4. If that's the average premium, just tack that onto spot price and just say that's what the price is. $30. And guess what? Even with that being the case, I still consider it to be a buy. Like the title and the thumbnail say, or like the title and the thumbnail ask, I should probably word it that way. Is it still a buy at $26 an ounce? According to the spot price? Yeah. According to the stack price, which includes the premium, the answer is still yes, for me. It might be different for you, but I don't think that's really the case. I don't think you'd be watching a silver video if you weren't interested in silver or getting any more silver, or you weren't a fan of silver or anything like that. You're probably not going to make it 8 minutes deep into a video that talks about nothing but silver. So for the people watching this right now, you probably see eye to eye with me, or at least partially. And you probably think that silver is still at an opportunity low, despite the fact that it's significantly higher up than where it was 2.5 years ago. But the way I see it is that those days are gone. And there's nothing we can do to change prices, or that's just the way it is. I learned from my friend's father when I was a kid. It is what it is, and it's not what it's not. And ever since I started implementing that, I was like, that kind of makes sense for absolutely everything in the world. It is what it is, and it's not what it's not. Can't do anything to change it. We can adapt and overcome. And guess what? We can also cross our fingers and hope that spot price comes down a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it was just down not too long ago. It went all the way down to $23, $24, which isn't that big of a dip. I wouldn't say silver going from $26 down to $23 or $24 is really buy the dip worthy, but it's down a little bit. It's a little bit cheaper. And over the last year or so, maybe I'll say a year. Over the last year, I've personally noticed premiums coming down. There is a global silver demand that's still through the roof, especially right now with the chip shortage that we're seeing. Especially right now with this big wave of, everybody going solar, and of course everything becoming more and more digital. The more digital the world becomes, the more electronics like we're going to have and everything. There's a lot of silver involved with that. So the global silver demand is on the rise. I personally don't know what the stacking demand is looking like right now. The world needs silver, the world is demanding silver, but how many people out there are demanding silver coins, rounds, and bars? Of course, a crazy number of people are, but more or less than a year ago. I don't know the answer to that. I would personally assume less. I think ever since everyone realized that silver is not a rocket ship taking you to the moon, silver is just a long-term wealth preservation asset. It's something to store value. It's not something to become a trillionaire off of. That's not what it's for. There's a difference between making money and saving money, and silver falls into the category of saving money. That's what I believe. That's how I view it. That's how I've always viewed it. Since day one. The first time I picked up a piece of silver, it was not to make money, and it especially not to make currency. That's not why I was stacking silver. I got started, sole purpose, to save money for the long term. I thought that this was a better shot at protecting myself from inflation. I thought this stood a far better chance of combating inevitable inflation. That's why I got started stacking silver. I did not get started stacking silver so that I could later sell the silver for a larger amount of dollars, because even if I did choose to do that, I would be selling my silver for a larger amount of now weaker dollars. That's how I see it, and that's how I've seen it since day one. There's a difference between making money and saving money. I'll give you another example. Let's talk about the normal people out there. Let's talk about the people who don't even know what silver and gold stacking even is. The people who go to work every day, and maybe their leftover dollars get tossed into a savings account. That's what they do. No shame in that. If that's what they want to do, that's what they can do. We're not going to talk about whether that's right or wrong. We're talking about the difference between making money and saving money. Their job is a method of making money. Their savings account is a method of saving money. They're not making money off of the savings account, and their job isn't saving money for them. One's for making, one's for saving. Just like investing and just like stacking. Investing is a way of making money. Business, stocks, real estate, that's wealth creation. The precious metals, the silver and gold, wealth preservation. Which is why I've been saying since, I think, late last year, I'm in financial offense mode. I'm in building mode. I'm in wealth creation and generation mode. The reason for that is because I don't have a whole lot of wealth to preserve just yet. I need to create wealth, and then once I do, I want to utilize the silver and gold even more to preserve what I built. But right now, I need to build something. I haven't built anything yet. I'm still working on that. That's a work in progress. And guess what? I'm going to be stacking silver and gold along the way. More so silver, at this point in time at least, depending on who knows what the future holds. Depending on whatever comes our way, I might have to switch up my strategy a little bit. But right now, I definitely want more gold, but it doesn't seem like the opportunity for me to be stacking a whole lot of gold. I'm looking forward to getting back into the beautiful yellow metal, but as of right now, I'm pretty much all in on silver when it comes to stacking. And my next couple of pickups, well, of course, going to be getting a lot of Washington quarters this year. I'm looking forward to picking up a lot of constitutional silver this year. But if you are in the Precious Metals VIP Club, you know what I'm talking about, or you know what I'm about to say. And if you're not in the Precious Metals VIP Club, link in the description. I guarantee you it's worth it. But for VIP Club members who tune into the Wednesday night live streams, you'll know that I have something pretty interesting in the works. And I'm not going to go into too much detail right now. YouTube can wait until July. VIP Club, they already know. I'm going to be doing something. It's almost like it's going to potentially be a new video series, and it's going to result in something else deciding what my next piece of silver is. It's hard to explain, but if you're in the VIP Club, you know what I'm talking about. And if you're not, come and join us, link in the description. Wednesday night, if you want to know what I'm talking about, just bring it up and I'll gladly tell you everything. It just needs to be a surprise for YouTube because I'm still working on it. But it's pretty cool. And it's going to result in me getting some silver coins, rounds, and bars that I've never had before. Some pieces of silver that I've always been fond of, I've always been excited about, but do not currently own. And I'm really excited about that. And that's something that I haven't done in close to 2 years. I don't even remember the last time I picked up a piece of silver that I didn't, well, I mean, with the exception of Aztec calendar rounds and Queen's Beasts and Creatures of the North, things like that. Sure, make an exception for stuff like that. But other than those, for the last couple of years, my stacking strategy hasn't really changed all that much. Sure, I'd spice things up every once in a while by getting something a little bit different from time to time, but for the most part, from the very beginning, I was stacking nothing but generic rounds. My first full year of stacking, I switched on over to Silver Eagles for the most part, so I was getting a bunch of Silver Eagles. I would get a couple of silver rounds and maybe a couple of Maple Leafs. In 2019, I started integrating a little bit of 90% silver to the stack. I was doing the same thing, going after Eagles, Maples, generics, but now with a little bit of 90% in the mix. That was 2019, then 2020 happened, and I had really no choice but to focus a majority of my attention on 90%, and I grew quite fond of it that year, and in 2021 it still made the most sense to stack, so I continued going after almost nothing but 90%. Here we are in 2022, and that's still the case. So my stacking strategy hasn't really changed up all that much. I've been going after whatever I find to be the lowest premium silver I can possibly get my hands on. That's what I stack, and at the very beginning, of course, it was generic silver rounds. Then I got Silver Eagles and Silver Maple Leafs for just barely higher of a premium because I figured it's barely a difference at all and I'm getting a lot more value out of it, so I would go after those. And then I'd pick up a bunch of 90% silver when spot price was still ridiculously cheap and premiums were still ridiculously low. In 2020, 2021, and 2022, of course the spot price is higher, of course the premiums are higher, but the 90% is where I can find the best opportunities to get my hands on silver. So even though I've been going after different coins, rounds, and bars over the years, and I have changed things up a little bit, the core value remains the same, which is just to prioritize lowest premium silver possible, and that's what I go after. So I really haven't spiced things up all that much at all in about 4.5 years of stacking. Sure, I've gotten some Queen's Beast, sure, I've gotten some Creatures of the North, sure, I got that 5-ounce Aztec calendar round, sure, I've gotten some miscellaneous silver bars, and during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, a couple years ago, back when I used to get a bunch of silver and gold online, I would get random stuff that I didn't even know what it was off of these websites because they were having blowout sales. Sure, I would do stuff like that, but for the most part, if I stumble upon a piece of silver that I really like the way it looks, I would just opt out of it. I figured it didn't make sense. But what's going to be coming up? Come July, I'm going to be doing something pretty cool. It's a video series which is going to basically get me silver that I've never had before and pieces of silver that I've always liked. Maybe even some pieces of silver that I've never even seen before. I'm really excited about that. But I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. When it comes to the stack price of silver being about $30 right now, sure, the spot price is back up above the $26 an ounce mark. Sure, the premiums on average maybe about $4, $3, $4, $5, whatever. Stack price is approximately $30. The grand total out the door price tag that you have to pay before you leave the coin shop, do you still consider that to be a buy? And that example that I gave before, when I said $26 an ounce silver with a $4 premium is literally the same exact thing as $30 an ounce silver that you're getting at spot. Does that put things into perspective for you? Does that actually make sense? Or are you one of those types of people that will put up an argument no matter how much logic is in front of you? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic and what your next couple of pickups are going to be. Are you focusing more on silver? Are you focusing more on gold? Whichever metal you're prioritizing right now, what's the next coin, round, or bar you plan on picking up? Head on down to the comments and let me know. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, Subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. We got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs in a bunch of different designs. A lot of the products are helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for different charity organizations, by the way. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways every single month, live streams multiple times a week, deal alerts on silver and gold almost every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. And of course, every Saturday morning I post a brand new adventure vlog. The one that I just posted was a really important one. You're going to want to go and watch that. And there are a ton of other perks as well. I guarantee you the value exceeds the cost. VIP Club link in the description. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your 5 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Normally it's 2 free stocks. They bumped it up to 5 for this month, so capitalize on that while you can. You can deposit as little as a penny and it still works, because that's what I did. If you refer one friend by midnight tonight, they are going to give you 10 free stocks for the referral. It's part of their advertising budget. Rather than wasting currency on billboards and TV commercials, they reward the users for helping them build their app with them. Time is running out. So capitalize on that while you can. And if you refer 3 friends by the end of the month, they're going to give you a spin on the Webull wheel, which guarantees you at least 1 free share of Apple, worth $165 roughly right now, with the chance of winning 2, 3, 5, 7, maybe even 15 free shares of Apple, each worth about $165 roughly right now. Don't pass up on an opportunity. Webull link in the description. Time is running out. If you don't want the stocks, go and get them anyway. They're free. Sell them. Congratulations. Now you have the cash to go and get you some silver and gold if that's what you want to get. Webull link in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? What are your thoughts on the spot price of silver climbing back up above the $26 an ounce mark? What are your thoughts on the example that I gave when I said $26 an ounce silver with a $4 premium is no different than getting silver at spot when spot price is $30 an ounce? What are your thoughts on that right there? Is that something that you've thought of before? Is that something that puts things into perspective for you? And then, of course, when it comes to your silver and your gold, what are your next couple pickups going to be? Next time you hit the local coin shop, what are you planning to pick up? And are you prioritizing more silver right now or more gold right now? Whichever your answer is between the two metals, I mean, of course, we're all stacking both metals for the most part, but usually we prefer one over the other. And to be honest with you, whichever your preference is, I would argue you're right. I think both metals are fantastic. They're 2 completely different metals for 2 completely different reasons. They both have their pros and their cons, and I personally believe, in my opinion, if you're stacking them both, the pros of each metal cancel out the other one's cons. So I think you're winning either way, even if you're leaning more heavily in one direction than the other. But head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.